Hey friend, welcome to this episode of Friend Fusion. Today we're going to discuss a very, very heavy topic, and that is grief. Grief is hard, and being human makes it even harder. We are beautifully complex. It almost feels as if moving on is impossible. It feels as if the days get slower and slower, and sometimes faster and faster. And it's funny because it's like, after those first 2 weeks, people just go away. They go back to their lives as they know it, and you're just there. You feel alone, you feel isolated sometimes, and even sometimes in a room full of people, you still feel so empty. I don't know where you are right now in your life, what season you're in, but if you're navigating grief, this episode of Friend Fusion is for you. I invite you to heal. I invite you to not be alone. And in this episode of Friend Fusion, I can promise you, friend, we won't just grieve, we'll grow. Stay tuned for this episode of Friend Fusion.
Friend Fusion. Marker and action.
Hey friends, I'm Trinity Mitchell, better known as your friend Trin, and welcome to this episode of Friend Fusion. Friend, today we're going to discuss something very, very heavy, and that is grief. All of us have navigated it. It is deeply complex. And I think for so long, a lot of us have been expected to show up in a way that we're just not ready. This episode of Friend Fusion today will leave you knowing that it's okay when you're not ready. It's okay if you don't have it all figured out. It's okay if you need more time, if you need space. I have brought with me these two beautiful therapists and Mississippi natives, Nette and Rhonda Chambers, the host of the renowned podcast, When Mourning Comes. Y'all, welcome to the set of Friend Fusion. Nette and Rhonda Chambers. Say, hey, friends.
Hey, friends.
Y'all, I feel so honored to have y'all here.
Oh, we are honored.
I know, right?
No, listen, I really feel honored to have you guys here because it's not normal to tackle a vision while also navigating the grief that brought the vision.
Yes.
Like that is so beautifully complex. And so I thought it was important to have a conversation with you all because many times when people are navigating grief, it just seems like an end.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful to see you all like birth something out of grief.
Yes.
And so congratulations to y'all.
Thank you
so much.
When Mourning
And to
Comes
you.
is deeply impactful. I love how you guys are you're not just like grieving though. Like it's beautiful because you're not just grieving, you're also growing.
That's exactly right.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, you are. I think that's a part that we don't acknowledge is that when grief is present, so is growth.
That's right.
It's just slow, but growth is also present. And I think for y'all, what's been so profound about the platform you guys have created is inviting people to a platform where you guys are not claiming to be experts regardless of your experience and the knowledge that you have, but you're saying, let's just be together.
Exactly.
And I feel like our mission is kind of like aligned in terms of bringing people to the table. Because I always tell people, I'm not an expert friend. That's just crazy. I just know the greatest friend.
Exactly.
That thing churchy already.
Don't shout us. It's
Look, I do the school challenge in a heartbeat.
Listen, you know when you get with church folks and just come out.
It's okay.
But you know, I just love that you guys don't position yourselves as experts, but literally as friends to say, let's figure this all out together.
We call them riders.
Yes, yes, and
she like
I
to
heard
ride.
you mention in the episode about how it's like a roller coaster.
roller coaster.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
roller coaster. You don't know what loop to loop, what turn, what twist you're gonna be on with this grief thing. It's unpredictable, and so sometimes you just have to buckle up, put your seatbelt on, and ride it out.
Yeah.
And you may be a rider, you may be watching, like at a carnival, hey y'all, we see y'all. Or you may ride, or you may be sitting beside somebody
That's
that's
right.
grieving,
Supporting
buckle
them.
up, supporting them, saying, hey, I know you're scared, but I'm here
Yeah.
to support you. So that's why we like to call them our riders, our supporters, our watchers.
I love that.
In whatever space you need to be in, this podcast is for you.
Yeah. When morning comes.
Yes.
When morning comes. Oh,
When
Yeah.
morning comes.
That title
Mourning.
Yes, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. And normalizing it too. I appreciate y'all normalizing mourning, normalizing grief, because so many times grief shocks us to our core
Yes.
that it makes us feel like it's just not normal. It changes who you are. It reshapes you. It redefines you.
Well, it does.
Yeah,
Sure
yeah.
does.
What was that moment for y'all where grief literally shocked you?
Shocked. I think the initial day
Yes,
that it
ma'am.
happened with Mama was the biggest shock of our lives. And it's crazy because we're not dumb enough to believe that she was never gonna leave, right? But then there was this naivety that she's our superwoman. She will, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we lived in this area of both and. We know that death is real, but not her. She's never
Yeah.
gonna leave here. She's gonna always be
We're
our
going to be caught
superwoman.
up.
Yeah.
We gonna be caught up. You know, she's not gonna go anywhere. We're gonna be
Eventually, but
caught
yeah.
up and we gonna all rise up together.
Yeah.
That was the idea that we had. And like I said, we lived in that world of both and. So the day that it happened was just the biggest shock of my life. It was unpredicted. My mother was not ill. She had not been having any issues. She kept my daughter that Friday for me, you know, while I was working. Went to her house, picked up my daughter that Friday to, you know, from work or whatever. Saturday morning, I woke up. As a matter of fact, it was my husband's birthday. So we woke up, gave him gifts, and we were talking. And I was going to do my normal Saturday routine and go over my mom's house. And then I got a call that says she didn't wake up. My sister called me and said she didn't wake up. So that was the greatest shock of my life because, like I said, it was unpredictable. That wasn't something that we planned for. We thought she was going to be around here forever.
How old was your mom?
64.
At that time, yeah.
Yeah, she had just turned. Well, she had turned 64 that August.
And how old were you?
I was
3 years
42.
ago.
And you were?
34. So I stayed with my mom, our mom, I'm sorry. I keep saying my mom, our mom. I get a little possessive
I see.
sometimes. I stayed with her, and so I think my shock hit when I woke up. Normally on Saturday mornings, I always joke with my mom about how she wakes up at 8 and make any kind of noise she can. Like, I don't know, cooking, making coffee,
On the phone.
on the
loud.
phone.
Just
So
doing
I
stuff.
just jump on up and wake up with
Uh-huh.
her. But this morning, it was so still. And you know how people say you kind of know when death is like around, like you know when it's coming around. Like I felt like that's what it felt like that morning. It was weird and still. Like the house was so still. And I knew then that was weird because now it's 10 o'clock. And so I sat up in my bed. And it was like, I sat there and everything that I felt like was about to happen, or everything that did happen, like flashed before my eyes.
You sensed it.
I sensed it. And I called her name from my bed. I didn't get up. I called her 3 times and she didn't answer. And when I went out, opened the door, I called her again from her door. I didn't even walk to the bed. Called her name, she didn't move. I slowly went and touched her arm, and I knew then. And it was like right there, the initial shock, like, I know this is not happening to me right now, and I'm in this house by myself, and my mom is not responding. The first time in 34 years, my mom has never responded to me calling her name. That, I think the shock hit me, but I had to stay calm to call my sister because I knew she had to get over there to our house. So I wanted to kind of stay in protection mode because I knew if I had told her on the phone, she wasn't going to be able to drive over to the house. She wasn't going to be able to be okay enough for her daughter to get to the house. So I just slowed it, was like, I just can't wake mama
She
mama
called
up.
and was like, Mama won't wake up. And the funny, it's not funny. I mean, now we look back on things, but the thing about it is, my mom, our mom, I'm gonna not be possessive. Our mom dealt with severe anxiety and has had anxiety as long as I've known my mom. And so that wasn't the first time that, we can say that she was waking up. Not necessarily to where she was unconscious, but it was just hard to wake her up because she was in a deep sleep. So when she called and said, I can't get mama up, I'm like,
I'll be there in a
just,
second.
Yeah,
come.
exactly.
Just shake her a little harder,
Yeah.
she may be in a deep sleep, it's cool. And she was like, okay, but I can't get mama up.
Which is why I worded it that way. I knew then, Tran, before I even called 911 or did anything, I knew mama was gone. So I, called Rhonda and I said, I have to be in protection mode for her. I can crash out once I get off the phone with her. But for right now, I gotta stay calm enough to get her over here. And that's what I did. And I think after Rhonda got there, the day was a blur for me. I think it hit immediately then.
Yeah.
And so
I think grief, when it comes to a parent, it hurts. It's deep. Like it's just, I don't know. I have not experienced it yet, but I can only imagine. Like me and Brandon, we have conversations. Like, bro, it's crazy to think about BJ being, a teenager or a young adult,
Exactly.
and having to walk him through losing our parents
Exactly.
because that is just what's likely in his lifetime, right? He's gonna navigate like losing one of his grandparents, The beautiful thing is we have longevity in our family, but you still just never know. You just never know. And we think about moments like our friends and our family members who have already like crossed that road where they like lost their parents. And I'm like, I try to be there and be as present for them as possible.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know when it's your
It's gonna be your turn.
You
You're
see
gonna
what
be
I'm
in that
saying?
seat. That's
Yes.
right.
Like we all gotta, it's
We
just
all
so
gotta be in that
hard,
seat, yeah.
But it's extremely difficult when because like when we're young, right? One thing that black kids hear is, I'm not one of your little friends.
That's right.
Yeah.
But
She became one of
you
our little
see,
friends.
they become your
She was my friend.
friend.
And that's the thing, like the capacity and the harder you grieve is directly related to the relationship that you had with the thing or the person that you're losing.
Yeah.
And so the relationship that we had with our mom, it was out of this world
Yes.
close.
Yeah.
I can't even describe how close we were to our mom, to where we were with that woman every day. We saw her every day. And even when I left from her presence, I would probably talk to her about 2 or 3 more times that night before I went to sleep. And this is prior to me having my daughter. So
Yeah.
after I had my daughter, it ramped up.
Yeah.
Because now she wants to call and talk to me. Okay, now let me talk to my boo.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So to lose someone that close to you, and like you said, I'm not your little friend. Well, now you
You
are.
are my little friend.
Not just someone
Like,
that close, but your nurturer, someone that birthed you, someone that raised you, someone that brought you into this world.
yeah.
That created you to be who you are today. That instilled so much into you. Your best friend.
Yeah.
Biggest cheerleader.
Your biggest cheerleader. To lose that suddenly and then have to live life without your biggest validator, what I call her.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How do you expect me to continue moving on? And like you said, thinking about losing parents, we had lost our fathers before we lost our mom. And not to say we didn't have, relationships with our father.
It's just not the same.
It's not the same.
It was not mama.
It was not the same.
Like we dealt with the grief of our fathers, but mama, like she said, she stepped in and was our dad during Father's Day, and so many times during our lives when dad just didn't show up sometimes. She was daddy a lot of times.
All the time for me.
So, on Father's Day, we taking her out to eat. Mama,
Right.
we celebrate you.
Right.
So for her to be what we call our everything and to lose your everything, your home, in the blink of an eye,
What I heard you say, Rhonda, is basically the greater the relationship, the greater the grief.
Oh, yes. And a lot of people don't, because you hear people say, well, I lost my mom and it didn't affect me that way. And so it's not about the relationship that you have with the person as far as who they are to you, but the fellowship is the better part to use. Because you can be related to somebody by blood, and that doesn't mean that your fellowship is as tight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So is the greater the fellowship, the greater the bond, the greater the camaraderie that you guys had, the harder it is to lose. And we talk about all the time, when you talk about grief, it's not necessarily just when you lose someone. You can lose something. You can lose an object. You can lose a relationship with a friend. You can lose a job. You can lose a home. The greater the relationship and the fellowship that you have with those things, the greater the grief.
Yeah.
The harder the grief it is to navigate that
Yeah.
new person, because you said it earlier in your introduction, you become a brand new person after you lose that person. The Rhonda that I was in 2022, no, 2021, we lost her January 29th, 22. So up until that day, I was a different Rhonda. The moment that happened to mama, I became somebody else.
Yeah.
Because that Rhonda had her mom. This Rhonda doesn't. That Rhonda had somebody who, whatever you needed, she was going to be that. You know,
Yeah.
if I needed a support system, if I needed somebody to say, hey, mama, my baby has a fever, you know, what do I do?
Yeah.
All of those things.
Yes.
I don't know how to be this Rhonda. So not only am I having to recognize that I'm somebody new, I got to learn who this new person is and learn her enough to where now I got to teach somebody else
Yeah, how to treat me.
how to treat this new Rhonda. And it has been
Something.
a whirlwind.
Yeah, teaching
Yeah.
people how to treat you, you know, in the midst of your grief, and you still not really know who you are yourself.
Right.
It's been a task, and then it's been hard because in the midst of that, you'll have some people like, well, I don't think I want to get to know the new
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I don't like it. That's not fun that anymore. It's not fun, Rhonda. This Rhonda used to go and do these things with me. This Rhonda used to come and sing wherever I wanted her to go to. This Nette used to answer the phone anytime I needed her to be there for me, but she's not answering anymore. Rhonda's saying no to the engagements. I don't like that Rhonda. I no longer need them. So I can kind of push away from them. And we've had to experience not only the loss of our mother, but the loss of people, our friends, our community, because we're grieving.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's not fair.
Yeah, we recognize that some of the relationships that we had were more transactional. Because you're a new Rhonda and you can't be what I need you to be at this moment, then I'll just back away.
Yeah.
And that's
I don't need you to be anything if you can't be this.
Thank
That.
you. Exactly.
If you can't fulfill this need like you used to, I don't really need this relationship. It's not necessary anymore. That's another grief. That's a whole nother
Because you're thinking that these are
ride.
people who are for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like for real, for real.
Yes, and
Wow.
that you would expect for people to gravitate closer to you to help support you through this process. But instead, not only is it transactional, but also I'm not comfortable being around this Rhonda because I don't know how to help this Rhonda.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do for
Because
this
I'm
Rhonda.
used to this person helping me.
Yes.
And I got to help you now?
I don't know what to do.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even have the capacity for that no longer.
Yeah.
She had the capacity for me. I get it, thanks. But I don't have the capacity for her.
So let's talk about, like, before we go there, January 29th, you said, is the day that it happened, right? What is the moment that replays most, and why do you think so?
Ooh, the moment that replays most, I think for me, there are a lot of times that I sit back and replay. There was a moment that I think I lost my mind just this much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? To where my mom, we had already called the coroner, and at that point we're waiting on them to come and do, you know, those things that they need to do. And I had yet to call my husband and tell him what happened. He knows that my sister called me. I can't get mom up. I left the house. I'll call you and let you know what's going on. But by then, I'm at home. I'm at my mom's house, and we've called the coroner. And I saw myself sitting at the end of my mom's bed, and she was still there. And I was just holding her hand. It was still kind of warm. You know what I'm saying? And I just started picking up the phone. Hey, I'm calling my husband. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to do such and such and such and such. And there was a calmness,
Relaxing.
and I was just sitting there like Mama was just taking a nap. And now that I think back on it, I ask myself, what was going through your mind at that time? And I cannot give myself an answer. I have no clue. And I oftentimes go back to that moment of you were just sitting there holding her hand as if she was still there. You know what I'm saying?
That was your normal.
That was my normal.
Yeah, like the reality of what had happened had not
It wasn't
set in.
real yet.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think that I was still trying to hold on to. I think that I was still trying to hold on to her as long as I could. And that might be my first time saying that out loud, Tria.
Yeah.
That I was trying to elongate the process of what I knew was inevitable, but I just need to feel a little bit of normalcy for as long as I can in this moment. So I think back to that.
I thought she was gonna say it, but she didn't. It was in
So
the
what?
same moment that when she was holding her hand, I came in the room as well, and I sat beside her. And again, I don't think it had set in for me either, because I came in, I went back and looked on and touched her hand. Hey, mama. Just like that, like it hadn't set in. So I sat on the edge of the bed, and me and Rhonda was just talking. And while we were talking, Mama did something weird. It was like she made a noise,
Yeah.
or she took a breath, or I think it's like they said like their last breath or something like that.
And we both
both
jumped.
said,
Like there was hope.
and I was like, we was like, Mama.
She's still here. Like it was all a dream.
I was like, it was a joke. Like you just didn't wake up for a second, and then it settled down, and it was it.
Yeah.
And we both looked at each other and was like, and I think that kind of broke us, because it was like, no, this is
real.
This is real.
this is real.
Yeah.
And so I think, like I said, for the rest of the day, I remember when they finally decided to come and take her out. I remember hearing Rhonda say, "You cannot go out on me." She was holding my face. I don't know what happened.
You had spaced out.
I think I spaced out. I think I was about to I don't know. But
Yeah,
I
you
kept
guys
hearing
really
Rhonda
leaning
say,
to one another in
Yeah.
that moment. It's good.
and she was holding, they were bringing her out the house, but we were looking at each other like all of the family, by now everybody knows, they're standing out in the yard, and so they're bringing her down the steps, and me and Rhonda was literally holding each other's hand, and we're face to face, and she said, and Rhonda just kept saying, don't go out on me. Don't you go out on me. Don't you go out on me. We're not even paying attention to what's going on. Our family, they on the ground, they rolling down the street hollering. But Rhonda was like, you cannot. And I knew at that moment, like, we gonna have to stick together. Like, Mama is leaving us here with each other, and we gonna have to stick together.
I want to ask y'all, what is the positive impact that the grief had, and what is the negative impact the grief had on y'all's sisterhood, on your relationship with one
On our
another?
relationship?
I don't know where you was going with that. That's good.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Well, I say for
Wait, let's do this. Okay, so one person takes the positive, the other take the negative.
what you want to do? You take the negative.
Oh, that was Let's see. The negative impact on our relationship has been the fact, for me, I've always been the big sister in every aspect of the role. And people don't even know who's the big sister, so let me just put that. Sometimes they say, which one is older? Okay, I'm just kidding.
Please.
But I've always been the big sister in every aspect of the role. And I think for me, the negative aspect of this was in the moment that she called me, I felt like I had failed her. I felt like I wasn't there. I've always, as long as she's been here, I've always been able to protect her as best as I can from the hard stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From the heartache, the pain, if she's dealing with a breakup, even if I couldn't protect her, I could always be right there to be like,
Yeah.
nope, nope,
Yeah.
no, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You're not gonna go that low, whatever. And in that moment, I wasn't there. And I felt like I had failed as a big sister. I felt like I had failed as a protector. I felt like I had failed and allowed her to go through the hardest thing by herself. And she's never had to go through, well, we've never really had to go through anything too hard alone. And I felt like I failed her. And that impacted me, I mean, tremendously. I can't say that I can't say that it probably impacted our relationship, because now I feel like for a little bit, I started overcompensating. You know, I failed her, then I can't fail her again. I
Yeah.
can't fail her. And so I don't know if that's a negative aspect, but it was a negative reaction for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I did see it impact our relationship.
Yeah. What about for you, Nick?
I'm still, am I answering the negative or the
The
positive?
positive.
So for the positive, like we were already, like I tell people, we were already super close. Like our bubble was like this, mama, me, Rhonda, the baby. Like our bubble was already super close. But I feel like after mom passed, like we knew, like we all we got. Like yes,
what it
we
felt
do
like. That's what
have
it felt like.
friends. We love our support system, but people, our safe people, what we call them, we love them to death. But like there are moments where I need my sister, like, and she's the only one that would know how to show up for me in the way that I need her to show up, even through her grief. Like, and then I think in this phase, we've also learned, because we are people that like to do stuff on our own. We don't like to ask for help, this, that, and the third. We've had to lean on each other. And yes, I as the little sister, I lean on my my sister a lot. But in these moments, she's had to lean
Yes,
on me a
yes.
lot, and I have had no issue with
Yes.
that.
Yeah, that's great.
She's
Like,
had to be a big sister
I've
sometimes.
had to be a big sister sometimes, and like especially during the moments where like people just stop showing up for her because they expect it. Oh, she's a therapist. Oh, she's the big sister. Oh, she's the strong one. Oh, she didn't find her mom, so she's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's let's call Nette and check on Nette, because
Wow.
Nette is broke down. Nette can't take it. Nette
And
is not doing well.
Nobody was calling
And
me.
nobody was calling my sister. And so there were moments where she would literally like would not be doing well. And so I'll just say, Mama, hey, give me some strength. So I got to be there for her. Now I want to step up and be that safe space for her that she needs me to be, as she's been for me. So I think with that allowed us to become even more, even though we are two sisters experiencing the same thing, our grief experience has been totally
Yes.
different,
Yeah.
because
Yes.
we view us losing our moms from two different
Absolutely.
lenses.
That's right.
Absolutely.
And so we've been able to, where I'm slacking in some areas, she's there. Where she's slacking in some areas, I'm there. And so I'm just grateful for that.
You pulled on an angle that struck me. You said because Rhonda was a strong one, everybody was calling you, but not you.
No.
Can you talk to me about what people need to know when the strong friend, the strong family member loses someone close to them? This episode is great, right, friend? I know. Join me for more episodes just like this one in my Patreon community. That's patreon.com/yourfriendtrend. I cannot wait to connect with you in real time. Them.
That they don't know what they're doing. I've had to be strong for so many people for so long. And just to piggyback on some of that, our family was a large family. My mom was the 12th child of 13 siblings. And so prior to losing my mom, we had already lost nine aunts and uncles, cousins, our dads. My godmother, which was my mom's best friend, passed 2 weeks before my mom did.
Wow.
And so I probably helped create the obituary and wrote the programs out for just about every last one of those people that I just mentioned, because I was always just the go-to person. Oh, well, Rhonda knows how to pull it together. Rhonda knows how to, word it, or whatever the case may be. And so because now I'm the one that's in need, I think they just didn't know how. And so it may not have been that they didn't want to reach out. They just didn't know how to reach out because it was foreign to them. They've never had to reach out to see if I was okay. They've never had to reach out to check to make sure that I was good. It was just new. And so it was foreign. And then for some reason, people, they feel as if, well, we don't want to bother Rhonda. You know, she may be busy, so we'll call Nette. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was foreign for them to reach out. And I think people need to know that in that time, reach out anyway. Even if you're uncomfortable, even if you don't know what to say, even if you don't know how to say it, just reach out. It blessed me so much when a friend of mine told me, I'm calling, but I don't know what to say because I don't know what to do for this Rhonda. So let me just be here.
Just be present with you.
And that's what I tell people all the time.
Let me just be here.
Nothing you will say will be the right thing to say. You won't. Like, there's nothing that you can do, say, to bring our loved ones back. But just show up and be present. You don't have to do anything. You can walk in the house, sit down beside me. Or if you don't want to come there, you can just send a text or call and say, hey, don't want nothing. Just calling to let you know I'm here. And however way you need me to be, I'm here. If I can do it, I will show up for you. And when I tell you that means the absolute world, instead of trying to figure out and find the right words to say,
Just
in
be
which
present.
trying to find the words, sometimes you end up messing up saying the wrong thing. Like, just be present for your people. That's all they're asking for.
How did you guys navigate the times where you wanted to be alone and you had people reaching out to come and be present with you?
Here's the thing, that wasn't often.
Okay.
We didn't have opportunities to say, thank you guys for coming by, but can you just give us some space? They weren't coming.
Wow.
Yeah, after the initial 2 weeks, like I always call it the
cakes-
2 weeks.
the cakes stopped
the
coming
cokes,
by.
the pies, the food. Because again, I think people always look at us at, oh, because that's what they say. Oh, she has Rhonda. Rhonda got Nette. They'll be okay. They got each other. Oh, they strong. They're strong, women, so they'll be fine. They don't need us. And it's like, yes, we do. Like, we do.
Right.
And I tell Rhonda all the time, I think we've kind of
We may have
we
created
kind of
that
may have
issue.
created that issue because we, for so long, did go about maneuvering in this world like, we got it, we can handle it, even when we couldn't. We can do it, even when sometimes we could not do it. But people didn't see that because we always had each other to lean on. If I failed, you wouldn't know, my sister wouldn't know, my mom wouldn't know, but the people wouldn't know. They are only going to see the successes. So people are used to that, so they don't know how to show up for us in that, because it's like, oh, they're going to figure it out. But no, this is a different hurt. This is a different loss. This is trauma. I don't know how to figure this out because my mama didn't teach me how to live without her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to figure that out.
So we had those friends that did come and they were there, and we had those, like we call them, our safe people. They were consistent. So when they did come, there was never a time that we would say, we need to be alone. Because at that time, when they came up and when they showed up, it was needed and it was welcome. So we really didn't have to turn anybody away.
What parts of your identity disappeared first when grief entered your life?
Which part disappeared first?
First, I lost.
I was about to say, I lost so many pieces of my identity. It's hard to determine which one went away first.
Well, I know for me, I'm on social media a lot. Well, I was. And my mama used to always, it's that phone. That's my mama. It's always that phone. Get off of it.
Everybody, mama.
It's that phone. But I wouldn't say I was like a influencer or anything, but social media is how I ran a group on social media. So that's kind of like how I built
Like a community?
my brand, a community.
Okay.
So that's how I built my brand. And so the day mama passed away, it's like, I just did away with social media for about 8 months. And people didn't know, and I think that was another reason they didn't reach out. They didn't know how to, because I went cold turkey. Like, I was no longer in the same house, of course. I got off social media. I stopped singing.
You left the house you and your mom lived in.
That exact day, the same day mama passed away.
Which was another grief.
That was our childhood home. Mom passed away. I was like, okay, let me get some clothes and go somewhere because I'm not coming back into this home ever again. I didn't. Only to just clean up, but I didn't say it anymore. And so everything, like I stopped going to work. I came into work that following Monday to give them my paperwork to tell them I can't do this. So for about 4 months, I was off work. So I think I just, little by little, I was losing bits and pieces of myself. I was no longer on social media. I no longer was at work. I no longer was in the Mississippi Mass. Well, I won't say in it, but I didn't sing with them. I was not going to church. I was not singing in the choir. I was sitting home every day crying myself to sleep, or sometimes not sleeping at all. And so little by little, I was losing that Nette that had her mom.
Yeah.
Till like I got to a point to where I'm like, I don't even know who I am anymore.
Yeah.
Because I've done without all of this for so long, and I haven't felt the need to go back to any of it. Who am I?
Did you guys ever have moments where you may think about, like, what would mama say to me right now?
All the time.
And
All the time.
Did that help you navigate those really heavy, difficult moments?
I'm gonna tell you what helped me navigate it the easiest is that when other people would say, your mama would say, if your mama was here, this is what she'd say to you. And I would say, no, she wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't.
Yeah.
You must really didn't know my
that.
mama because she would not say that. You know,
Yeah.
She
one of
wouldn't.
the biggest things that people would say to us is, you know, if your mama was here, she wouldn't want you guys not going to church right now. No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. She would, you know, mama would say, take the time that you need.
Yeah.
You know, take all the moments that you need because we know that, I know you're not turning your back on God.
Yeah.
I know you still love him. You're just not going, you need to take this time for yourself. And then you won't tell me what my mama would say. No, she wouldn't. So it was
Don't
easy.
tell me what my mama would say.
Because
You don't know. It's my mama.
it's
How you
my
gonna tell
mama.
me what my mama gonna say? That is something.
yeah,
That's something.
there are a lot of things, especially when I dyed my hair. I cut all my hair off and dyed it. Girl, when I cut my hair off, I was like,
You know your mama
because
would
my
be
mama,
mad.
she always would say, you are not cutting your hair and you are not dyeing your hair blonde. And, okay, girl. And as soon as 2 months went in, I was like, chop it.
She ain't here to be
She
mad.
ain't gonna be mad. Chop it off. And then when they got a nose ring,
Yeah.
like stuff she never said, like she always said, you would never do that. I wouldn't have did it.
That kind of speaks to the loss of identity. A lot of decisions that I made, and I recognize now, a lot of decisions that I made were made with my mama in mind. So even if there were things that I did want to do or did not want to do, I
Yep.
always made that decision based off of what would my
What she
mama
would
say.
think, yeah.
You know, what would my mama think? And so then when mama left, I didn't have that to be a decision maker anymore. So it was hard to make my own decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was hard to figure out, what do you want? What
Yep.
do you like?
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think that goes back to you saying she cut all her hair off. You know, she made the decision not to do it, even though she wanted to, because my mama was here.
Yeah. And she wouldn't like it.
she
Yeah.
wouldn't like it.
So I think too, y'all have learned, even though it doesn't seem like it, you've learned how to live for yourselves. And that is a gain. I think sometimes in loss, we only see what we've lost.
Yeah.
But when you learn to live for yourself, that is also like, it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Because I like my short hair.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
love
saying? And you like your nose ring,
Yeah.
and you like the things, you know what I'm saying? And so just finding that sense of self again, because sometimes we do, our identity is so attached to mama.
Yes,
Like, especially
exactly.
as women.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like your identity can be rooted in what would
Yes,
mama think?
that's
What would mama
exactly
think?
right.
You want that validation. You want her to affirm you.
Right.
And when you don't think that she will agree with your decision, you'll stay away from
That's
things.
exactly right.
You know what I mean? And so I commend you for that.
Yeah.
That's worth celebrating, even though she wouldn't celebrate it.
I think
Like,
she would, but
Eventually she would have.
Eventually she would
Okay,
have,
okay.
like, because mama was the type of person, even though she may not agree with it, I wouldn't say agree, but she might have not liked it at first, but she was never the type to tear you down.
You know how some mamas, they don't have the boldness to do it, but they like you have
They
it.
like
That's exactly
exactly.
it. Uh-huh.
And she only didn't want me to do it because mom loved long hair, and so, but she would have saw me with and would have been like,
Yeah.
I like
my
that.
baby,
My baby cute though.
my baby cute,
My baby cute.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That ended up cute anyway.
that ended up cute anyway.
You know what? You kind of cute, actually. You know? Yeah. I love how you guys have invited the community to heal with you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So many people around the world are looking forward to mourning because of when morning comes,
Oh, yes. Oh,
right?
Yes.
Because grief really puts you in a dark place. I lost my best friend in 2014. It was really dark. It was like we did life together every single day, like every single day to nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I have not, by the grace of God, I have not lost a parent yet, but that was my first really close loss. And I'm like, I can't even fathom.
Yeah.
It just felt really heavy. It felt really dark. What made y'all say, let's take this healing and make it available, not just for us, because I think I'm having so many thoughts. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's a lot.
When you start to grieve too, it makes you look at God differently. And believers don't like to talk about
That's
that.
the topic, girl.
That's
the
one of the
topic. We had a
reasons.
topic.
That's one of the reasons we decided to create When Morning Comes.
Okay.
Okay. Because what we experienced in our grief and our relationship with God, and not necessarily with God, but the church, shook us to, it shook me to my core. A lot of my identity was in the church. Okay. I had been a minister of music at my church for over 14 years at that time when my mom passed away. So it was a routine for me to, to be at church and to be needed and that kind of thing. And so then when mom passed away, I needed to step back. I needed to grieve. I needed to have space for that. And some other things transpired. And so our relationship with the church changed, right? And so it was just so difficult for people to recognize, oh, you're not in church
human.
anymore. You
You're
know what I'm saying?
human.
Clearly, you still believe in God. You know what I'm saying? And weeping may endure for a night. And so it became to the point to where people were judging us because of how we were grieving based on what it's to them was supposed to look like in church.
Let's draw a line because I feel like there are some believers watching who
Yes.
need to
I
know
was just about
the
to
difference between being spiritual and being
Yes.
insensitive.
Yes, and that's the part where we were struggling with when it came to people. I think they meant well. I think they wanted to say what they thought we needed to hear, but the insensitivity of in the moment that we are right now, we're hurting.
And here's the thing: we are Christians. We're in the
Still,
church.
Yes.
We know Scripture. We know Bible. We know what God says. I feel like in that moment, that wasn't needed. It was almost kind of like a cover. Just here, let me give you something real quick. So just to say, I said something to you to pass
Like a
time.
Band-Aid.
A Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to look for. The word, a Band-Aid, to pacify what's going on. This is grief. Losing my mama wasn't something you could pacify and put a weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning on it, and I was gonna be okay tomorrow. No, ma'am. Like, and I know that scripture. I've learned that we, it's in song. We know it, but it was not going to fix what I was feeling then. And I know for me, and I only can speak personally for me, I said it in one of our episodes, I did get upset with God. I got to a point to where, why am I praying to you when your will be done eventually? I prayed daily for my mom, that she would live a long, healthy life, and she would live a life to where I would get married and she would experience that and this, that, and the third, and my mom is gone. And then there you have someone else, mom. She has lived to 98, 99. I got upset. Like all of that was going through my head.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to normalize, especially that you can do that. You can question God. You can doubt God. But like one of our friends say, you just have to do all of that with God. Like we've learned in the church that don't question him. Why not? That was the only way that I was going to get comfort and understanding
And clarity.
and clarity on why I had to lose my mom. Now I still haven't got the answers that I want, the clear, concise answers, but I feel like I've gotten a little better, with understanding.
By just inviting God
By just
to
inviting God
To the
to it,
conversation.
into the conversation to be with me and not pushing him out. Because I had pushed him away. I was not praying. I wasn't turning on no church on Sundays. I didn't want to hear it. Because it's like, why listen to it when at the end of the day, you're going to do whatever you want to do
Yeah.
with losing my mom. And it was like, he almost said, okay, I get it. And I understand. and I feel your pain and I feel your hurt. When you're ready to sit down in this thing with me, I'm here.
Yeah.
And so he still, and I always say when we walked in that store, when we finally got out of the house, for the first time in months, and we walked in the store, and the very first picture I saw was he is still good, or still
good.
he is still good, or see the good in, or something like that.
He's still good.
And I
That's the
said,
words.
this is gonna be the first thing I see when I when I finally get out the house. He is still good, and I hadn't even been talking to him. But he is still good, even in the midst of when it looks bad, when it sounds bad, when it feels bad. He is still God. He is still good. And so I think that's the only thing that keeps me going. Like, he is still providing. He's still giving me his promises. Like, he has promised me life. I'm still here with my sister. I still have my niece. We are thriving. It may hurt and it may not feel good, but at least we're still thriving. We have each other. And so I had to find some good in it because I was going to crash out.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to
Yeah.
do well.
And the
So-
thing, something that you said a few seconds ago about us, you can be mad at God, you can doubt God, but just don't do it
Without
God.
Him. You need to do it with him.
Yeah.
I recognize after a while that, yes, I can ask God all the questions. I can be mad. I can be angry. I can say why. And he's saying, when you're ready for me to give you some answers, I'm going to be right here for me to answer them. Now, be prepared for what I say.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be ready for the answers that I give, but I'm here with open arms because I just feel like God is big enough to hold my anger.
He is. And the Bible says that he's close to those who are brokenhearted, who are
Yes.
crushed in spirit.
That's right.
And I think sometimes we miss it. But I love how you guys had, thank God for a praying mama. Thank God for a mama that led you to Jesus.
Yeah.
Where you can remember, I can invite God into this. Because so many people don't even have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
Really
foundation.
don't. They don't have that foundation. So they stray away when they lose someone. They stray away when they lose a job. Anything that brings grief, they run away from God. They don't invite him into it.
Yep.
But that is the only way you survive. Because navigating grief is hard.
It
You
is.
you become a survivor.
And it can
Like,
take you. It can take you out of here.
Yeah,
Like, we
it
honestly
can.
feel like our mom passed from a broken heart, from
Grief
from
and
losing our
anxiety.
grief
her best
and our-
friend.
Yeah,
Best friend and all of her sisters.
all of her sisters. It was
and
like
her
I can't-
mom and
I
dad.
can't
all
do
of
it.
Heart
her
was
brothers.
heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ultimately, we think that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I've heard so many stories about people losing loved ones, and the next day or the same day, they too, they
Yeah.
pass away as well. And I'm like, Rhonda, that could have been us. Like, as hurt as we felt, the hurt we felt, and how heavy it was, physically, emotionally, mentally, we could have been the same way.
Absolutely. I had a moment about 3 months after my best friend, no, about a year after my best friend passed away. I had a moment where I was like, I got to do something. I sat in this dark room like long enough. I was like, Brady, can you bring me some food from this restaurant, that restaurant? And I would sit in the dark, I'm like, please don't turn the lights on. And I did not, at the time we lived with Brandon's parents, and I did not want to come out of the room. I didn't want nobody to talk to me. I didn't want to talk to them. I just want to stay to myself, by myself. And one day it just kind of clicked for me how my life was just passing by.
Yep.
And it's so funny, I said a year. It's grief like really takes time away from you.
Oh, yeah.
Because at this time I'm 25. She died when I was 23, but I just said a year. You see
Yeah.
how grief
Yes,
it steals
yeah,
time from you.
yeah.
But I was 25 and it just clicked for me like, you gotta start living. You can't die because your heart is still beating. You gotta start moving, you gotta start living, you gotta start moving. And so that was the year I decided, okay, I'm gonna start working out, I'm gonna start moving, start getting outside more. I needed some sunlight. It wasn't, all the language that's available now around mental health wasn't available then.
It wasn't. No.
And so I was trying to just find my way to feel normal, to feel alive.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Trina, you say 3
Yeah.
months for you. It's been 3
I was
years
about to
for
say,
me.
we're still trying to figure it out.
In that, sitting in that space, not moving,
Yeah.
physically, it started weighing on me to where just recently, I had to call 911 on myself because I was so anxious. I thought it was a heart attack. And the man said, no, I just felt like you worked yourself up to a severe panic attack. And the question he asked, well, what's going on? Are you stressed? And my sister was like, we're grieving our mom, on top of everything else. And he was like, Get
And
it.
what we recognized is after we lost mom, because we didn't have a lot of questions, so everything to us was a sign. Oh my God, I'm about to be sick. Oh my God, what if this is what
Yes.
happened to mom? Oh my God, what if what happened to her happened to us? So now everything is making us anxious. And so every sickness is horrible. Every situation is scary. And so that particular day, not too long ago, I said, I think you just worked yourself into a panic attack because the what
You can
ifs.
think yourself there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that has
Just think
happened
it there.
multiple times since she's been gone. I had never had one before. But that's how it can affect you physically. Sitting in the house, not moving, that's me. Just sitting and let the devil just double tap on your head, on your mental, telling you all this. You should have woke up earlier. If you would have got up earlier, your mom would still be here.
Given the state of you guys' lives now, right, and all of that, have you guys come to that place where you're like, I gotta live for my sister, and because I gotta live for my sister, and because I gotta live for my daughter, and because I gotta live for my husband or my significant other, the people that my assignment is not complete.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to, like, this is how I'm going to be better for me, so that I can be better for them.
I literally just told
I just told her yesterday, we just had a conversation and I
Yeah.
said, we got to get to the point to where we are not so focused on what we lost that we totally forget about what we have. Like what we currently still have, what we're still allowed to do, the blessings that we're still blessed with. We're going to forever miss mama. We're going to forever not, I will never stop thinking about my mom. Never. But we can't focus so much anymore on the fact that we lost her to now. There's a mission, there's a goal, there's some
Yes.
some things that we got to do together so that we can now keep her legacy going. We can keep her name going in the names of people. Through When Mourning Comes, we've been able to introduce people to our moms who've never met her before a day in their lives. They know so much about her now, and that's part of our goal. So yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
literally just told myself, like, I have to get up, get out of this bed, keep it moving, get physical, get my mental together. Because I have a sister, I have a niece, I have family members, I have friends that's depending on not just me, like they want to lean on me, but they depending on me to see me get through this.
Yeah.
I got a mama, I still say this,
Oh, yeah.
that wants me to live the life that she was unable to live.
She couldn't believe it.
Exactly.
And she couldn't live, so I gotta do it for
Yeah.
her. So every day I get up, I'm like, I'm doing it for you, girl. I don't want to get out of this bed at all. But we getting up, we doing When Morning Comes, and we're getting in front of this camera in which we are not social media.
I'm definitely not.
Well, I don't want to say social media people, but we're not camera people. We're not podcast people. But we're getting in front of this camera for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody needs to know who
Yeah.
you are, your story, and they need to be able to know that they are not alone
Yes.
on their journey.
And to give somebody else hope that if you experience a grief this heavy and you've experienced things that we've experienced and find yourself in those dark spots, you can come out too.
Yeah.
And it's possible. And it may take a little bit longer than what it took for us, or it may be a shorter time for us, but it's possible. So
And
getting
not
up
just
and
that.
keeping going is to offer hope
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
others.
And
Yeah.
not just getting out, but it can both exist. Joy and grief can exist at the
Yes.
same time. And so we want to teach you how, like, yeah, you're grieving, but also you can be happy. You can smile, you can be okay. It's okay, because I know a lot of times we feel like I'm grieving, I shouldn't be smiling.
For the
I
longest,
shouldn't be
I
enjoying
didn't
life.
want to laugh.
Yeah.
I used to feel guilty if I had an enjoyable moment after my mom passed away. What are you laughing about?
Right. What's funny?
Ain't nothing funny. Life ain't fun right now. But we're, like she said, we want to teach each other, and not only we're still learning, but teach
Yeah.
others that you can exist in the both and. You can have grief and joy at the same time.
Yeah. What purpose have you discovered in your pain so far?
Ooh, you got some good ones.
I think I keep going back to When Morning Comes. That's a huge purpose for us because, like she said, we never wanted to do this kind of media, podcast and sitting and telling people about our
Definitely
life
a
and
God thing.
It's definitely a God thing. And we've heard so many people come to us and tell us how this has helped them, how this has helped them on their grief journey, how not only has it helped them on their grief journey, but it helped me, it allowed me to be able to be there for somebody else who was grieving because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
know
I
how to
sent
help
it to
my
them.
friend. So it gave us more purpose, not only for when morning comes, but like you said, I gotta live my life now for my daughter. There's a lot of things that my mama didn't get a chance to see, but I still want to do them for her. So
Right,
it's giving me
right.
even greater purpose to reach higher and to do better and to be better.
Yeah. What about you, Nette?
I think she answered it like definitely for when morning comes. Again, I don't even like, I'm gonna go on record. I don't even like podcasts.
Thanks, Nette.
But there's a but. Hey,
Wow,
we're living in
okay.
the but and.
We're living in the butt.
But
and-
since losing mama, I've started to because I had to find something to kind of like help me. And I'm not gonna lie, yours was one of those that I started watching, and then even with picking up our own to help me get over this. Like I needed something,
Yeah.
some type of guide, some type of resource. And so with starting when morning comes, it made me realize that there's more to this to life than what we were just doing. Like we were just waking up, like you say, it was routine. We had a routine back then. It was go to church, sing, or go sing with the mass, come back home. But now it's like, okay, girl, we got to think about our episode. Okay,
Be
girl.
intentional.
Trin called us. She wanted us to talk about the podcast. It's intentional. Everything is done with intent. And so that has reminded not only me, but I believe Rhonda as well that we got some more work to do, girl.
Yeah. What are some things you guys? Because we talked about earlier how we wanna make our parents proud.
Yeah.
We want them to affirm us. What are some things that your mom wanted you to do that she didn't get to see you do that you are now executing to make her proud?
Oh,
I'm gonna let you go first.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm trying to see if you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say.
I think definitely coming out of my shell more. Mama used to always tell me like I did makeup for so many years, and like it was just I kept myself
It's
in a
gorgeous
bubble.
too.
Thank you.
It really
Yours
is.
too. I
Thank
keep
you.
looking at
Thank
it.
you.
But and this is crazy, but when she passed away, I threw that away too. Whole kit, dumped it. I don't want it. Get it. And I stopped doing makeup. But I think like a lot of times she felt like I was keeping myself in this bubble. I was so nervous, like I wouldn't put myself out there to do more. But again, sitting in front of the camera, doing our podcast, like this is something Mama would have been like, look at my babies. Like she said she would never sit on the camera or sit in front of a camera. She always talking about she's shy. They always talking about they shy, don't want to be in front of a camera. And also standing up for ourselves, a lot
that
more
was gonna be
saying no.
That was gonna be my biggest thing.
We are always saying yes, so we can come here. Yes, we can do this. Yes, we can do this. Yes, we can do this. And sometimes we didn't want to do that, but because we felt like there was an obligation, we did it. But she would be so happy to know that we are finally like, no,
And I have learned to set boundaries.
set boundaries. I'm sorry, I don't want to. I can't.
I can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even with church, like for me, I've watched on Sundays, but I hadn't physically went into the church in a while. And at first I was like, Mama would be so mad at me for not going to church. But I was like,
Would she though?
would Mama be mad though? Because again, I haven't strayed away. I still watch. I still read my word. But I think she would be like, I'm proud of you for choosing your path and your journey. And like maybe right now you hadn't found a church that just fits you, but you will.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for doing that, and you're just not going because your sister goes to this church or your sister doing this, or are you just going because somebody else told you to come? You're choosing you, and you're on your own journey. So I think she would be so proud
I love
of
that.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. As
Oh, you
far
was
as
gonna say that too?
Well, the part of being able to say no.
Yeah.
Like she would always get on me about, Rhonda, you always complain about being so tired. Why are you running so much? Why are you going over here? Why don't you sit down? Why don't you choose you sometimes? Why don't you tell these people no? You know, those kind of things. And so I learned how to say it. And it was the most freeing thing.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
just say, I can't, and not have to give an explanation of
Love
my
it.
why.
Love
Yep.
it. You know, too, when we think about our parents, we think about the things that they have taught us, right? But I want you guys to share with me boldly, what is something you learned not to do from your mama?
Oh,
Listen, and it's so crazy because when you said that, this might sound so. I don't know how this gonna sound. Okay, so I'm gonna just say
We
it.
won't roll with you. We're riders.
Riders.
We're riders, yeah.
Because when you said it, the first thing that came to my mind that I heard my mama saying, "Don't you go out this house any kind of way."
Okay.
Okay, if you going somewhere, if you gonna get in that car, you make sure that
You pull yourself together.
you pull yourself together. You be presentable because if you in a car accident and they have to pull you out that car and you got on, okay, you got on something you should not have on, or you make sure you are presentable. You make sure that you keep yourself together. I don't know why that was the first
Wait,
thing that
because
came to
I
my
maybe
mind.
interpreted the question wrong. You saying like, what did we learn?
Yes, not to do. So
From her.
I can see how she picked. We here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what about what? Tell me. 'Cause maybe-
What's something that Mama
Oh,
did that we did not?
That
I
you
do
will
not
not
do?
do. That you will not do.
honey,
Right.
Because
yes.
that's why I laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
When we talked about Mama having real bad anxiety. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mama.
Okay, I missed your question.
Mama. And like, yes, it was bad. You know, I'm not laughing at the fact that she had it, but it was sometimes I used to be like, if you don't
Gather yourself.
gather yourself, because she'll be sitting there
gather it
with
quickly.
them eyes bugged like this, and I'd be like, if you don't get yourself together,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? I used to be looking at her. So I told myself, and it's so funny, that I now book my eyes sometimes.
When she is getting
When I'm
anxious.
getting anxious.
And sometimes I look at her
But
and say,
I used to say,
do
I
like
don't
mama.
want to do like that. I don't want
Yeah.
to do like Mama.
Yeah.
I do not want to do like Mama. But it's just like,
It's
Lord,
important to
in me.
identify our parents' strengths and
And
weaknesses.
that's right. That's
Yes.
right.
That's so important because when we're not careful, we'll carry that on. And I think the beautiful thing about another generation is that it gets better.
Yes.
It gets
Yes.
better and it gets better and
yeah.
it gets better. So we have to be mindful. Like, okay, Mama, you did this right, but this right here, girl, I think I want to, I want to
Yeah.
paint this a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to remodel this
I
a
wanna
little bit.
redo
You know what
something
I'm
a
saying?
little
I don't
bit.
want to throw it all away, but this,
Yeah.
I think I could do without. And so now that you have a full understanding of what I meant,
Re-answer
what
your
is that for
I'm
you?
trying to think of what was the biggest thing that I would say. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that like my mama did. I think there were times that our mom was very passive.
that was gonna be the second one.
She was very passive. Was almost to the point to where I'm like, just say what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? Or get to the point. Or my mama, is my dress? How does my dress look? Well, you my pretty girl. Just tell me that the dress ain't cute.
Or if she wanted ice cream, it'll be,
Ooh, that I
Ice
sure
cream
would
sure
like
look
some ice
good.
cream. Just say you want ice
just
cream.
wish I could have.
So
Just say it.
I've learned to just get to the point. I'm gonna say what I need. I'm gonna say what I want, and I'm gonna put it out there, and you
Say what you mean what you say.
take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? My mama was very passive, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm not gonna be that.
Yeah.
And I think
can't
she
do that.
did it because she didn't like to feel like she was bothering anybody. She may have wanted something, but it was like, I don't really want to ask for it. I'm just hoping you'll hear what I'm trying to say through
hope you
these
read
hints,
between the lines.
and you'll get it. But I used to tell her, Mama, no, we can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
just say it.
Just say what you want.
So you guys got to teach Mama too.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah,
That's
all the time.
beautiful.
All the
That's
time.
beautiful. Well, in y'all's teaching, what is your advice to someone who is afraid to start healing?
Who is afraid to start healing?
I get it.
My advice would be start at your own pace. There is no set time to healing. There is no set rule to healing. There is no set order. I know we talk about stages of grief and, there's no set stage as far as once you pass through that one, then you go to the next one and you won't return to the first one. No, you may repeat some of those stages 5 or 6 times. So start at your own pace. Don't give yourself any expectations to where it's been 6 months, so I should feel better, or
Yeah.
I ought to be over this by now. And I'm saying this out of experience because being a therapist, I used to ask myself, why is this so hard for you? You teach people these kind of things. You have grief sessions. You've done this countless times. Why is this so hard for you to just take some of the same things that you said and now put it into practice? And I had to stop putting expectations on myself to say, it's hard for me because it's hard for me. That's what I'm feeling at this moment. So start at your own pace. Don't put expectations on yourself. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, and don't allow other people to put expectations on you.
Yeah. I think sometimes, a lot of times we feel like we want to delay our healing because it'll make us feel like we're forgetting, in grief, specifically. I feel like if I heal from this, I won't remember her anymore. And I felt like that a little bit. If I get better, or if on this journey I start smiling a little bit more,
I'm not
am I
honoring.
forgetting her? Am I not honoring her? And I just want to tell them, like, you won't ever forget them. They will always be a part of you. So don't feel bad for wanting to heal, for wanting to feel better. I also had to tell a friend today that a lot of people say, I don't think I've grieved yet. And I say, when people say that, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, does it mean like, oh, well, because I didn't sit down for 2 weeks and cry and roll on the floor, I haven't grieved? I said, you are actively grieving daily. Like, when you lose somebody, whether it's you stop and you hear a song that makes you remember them, you cry, you shed a tear, you are actively grieving daily. Give yourself time and space. It doesn't have to look like taking 6 months off of work to say, oh, I grieve, because grief doesn't have a time limit. Grief, you will grieve forever, unfortunately, for the rest of your life. But again, like I say, grief and joy can exist at the same time. Will it get better? I don't know if better is the word.
I was about to say, which goes even to the healing from it. Healing from it means as if I was grieving and now I'm not,
yeah.
so it's gone away. So a lot of times I like to explain it as about, I'm not necessarily healing from it, but my experience changes. How I express my grief changes, whereas you used to
You grow through the grief.
That's right. You grow through
Exactly.
the grief. You used to see me crying and the inward expression, which is what we call grieving. You would see that. I mean, I'm sorry, the inward feelings that now you can see, the crying, the being sad, the being depressed, all of those things. That's what people assume that grieving is. And so because that's what it has been coined to look like, then you think that's grieving. It comes to a point to where now you've grown to mourning. And I can give an outward display of the grief that I felt on the inside. I can laugh a little bit. I can share her memories. I can create When Mourning Comes as a podcast. I can do those things to where now it looks different. And so now my response to it, I may not be crying, but I can sit in self-reflection and say, you know what, I remember my mom. I'm still grieving, but it looks different.
Yeah.
And so it's not as heavy. I may have cried when it happened. Every 3 minutes I was crying. Now I might cry every 3 days. It's growth.
Yeah.
I've gotten better.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've grown. I don't want to say better, but I've grown from where I was to where I now am. So where I may now only cry once a month.
And
It changes. How it presents itself is
yeah.
changes.
And it may, like you said, it's not linear. You can feel like you've grown through it in a year, and then the following year afterwards, it can feel like you're back.
Started all over again.
For me, this entire year, felt like 2022 all over again when I lost my mom. And so it's been 3 years, and it was like, why this year? I don't know why this year, but it felt like it again. I thought I had grew through it and got to a point to where, okay, but it was like gut punch, and I'm back at it again. So it may happen. And I don't want anybody to feel like if it does, you're
what's
doing
wrong.
something wrong.
When we started our conversation earlier, you found out something about Rhonda that she never expressed, which is she felt like she had failed as a big sister during the time. What is something that you've never expressed to Rhonda in terms of how the grief actually affected you?
Jesus.
face.
Ooh, I don't know, Trent. I have to think about it. What did it feel for me? I think I've told my sister just about everything that I felt during this whole process. I don't think I've ever verbalized it. I think she kind of knows it. But I feel like after Mom passed, I tell her all the time, like, well, I tell her, but I don't think she has her family, her husband and her daughter. I don't have, I'm not married and I don't have a child. So for me, it was kind of like it was me and mama, and not saying we was Xing her out or whatever, but, she's married, she has her family. And it's me and mama. And it was like, after mama passed, I was like,
By myself.
I'm by myself. And there are a lot of times where, like, I can see her with her husband and her child. I'm like, I don't have that. And I don't have my mom. So what am I here for? And I feel very alone. And that goes back to, like, us experiencing grief differently. We're sisters. We lost the same mom, but it's like we're experiencing it in a different way. Because at the end of the day, like, you have your husband, you have your daughter. I don't have that. I had my mom when I wanted to, sit around and lay in the bed with somebody, it was mama. Like, we sit in the bed and we watch movies and we eat popcorn and stuff like that. And it's like, she's no longer here, so what do I do? And so I was like, even when I fill out paperwork sometimes, you have to put on, like, the beneficiary or whatever. They used to be my mama. I don't have a husband to put on it. And it hurt me so bad one day. Somebody messaged me on Facebook and was like, I couldn't imagine being a orphan.
Yeah. That's what they said.
And I stopped and I was like, well, I don't have children. I don't have a husband. I don't have parents. And what if I didn't have my sister? So, like, that's a lot. That is something that, like, rings, like, so heavy on me ever since I lost mom. And I know she's here.
Yeah.
Like, she has truly, like, she's here, like, through and through. I know my niece is here. Like, we act like sisters, you know what I'm saying? But it's just still, the reality of things is I do not have a husband. And sadly, because of my mom passed, I'm like, I don't want to go through a marriage. She won't be here to see it. My dad won't be here to see it. I don't want to go through being a mother. They won't have a grandma. They won't have a granddad. My mom won't be here to help raise the child. So why? So I think that's something
that's a part of the grieving process too.
Definitely.
That's a big part of it. The life that I thought I was going to have. Probably won't exist for me. So I think that's something that...
You know what I find, though? And I'm going to end this. I find that the things that we think we want ain't even, like, it doesn't even come close to what God really wants for us. And it seems like because it's like a mom or dad, a close friend, or somebody that we lose, it feels like everything is just gone away. Everything that we thought would be or could be is gone. But God has a way of, when we invite him into it, like you said, he has a way of, like, reminding us that things do get better with him. We don't get better. We can't. Like, we're human. It's like, it's just not. But when we invite him into it, we do get better. And he does change our perspective. He does renew our minds. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking forward to being invited to your wedding, Nick.
Girl.
That's going to do it for me. I'm be excited. I love that for you. And I
love that for you.
Because I know, I do. I feel like God gives us the desires of our hearts that align with his perfect will. And so if that's something that to me, I just believe this. Like, if it's something, because we're not like everybody, I don't believe this for everybody, but for specific people, we're not like random, I want.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes into your mind, it's because God wants you to have it. And some of the pieces of your heart that you feel are so broken is in the husband that wants to help you put those pieces back together again. And so, I'm excited for you. I really am. And I pray God's healing and prosperity over your life, that everything you feel like you've lost, that God will restore it to you in 2026 will just be so beautiful.
I'm praying for that too.
And you know what I pray for you? That you don't feel like moving on is like betraying mama. Like the happier you get, like the further you go in your career and the things you do. Because for me, I remember when the year was changing in 2015, I felt like I was betraying my best friend, like I was leaving her. Grief is so crazy. It felt like I was leaving her behind. And it's not that I wanted to die. It was
That's
just
right.
like,
That's right.
I'm leaving her.
Right.
I don't want to leave her.
Yeah.
But the Lord has really blessed me because, Kalisha's life is why I do Friend Fusion. It changed the trajectory of my life.
Yeah.
I would have never been doing this. I would have never been teaching people how to love people better.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing how God uses grief to also bring us to growth, to birth the growth that we need. You know what I mean? So I guess we can all see ourselves as just beautiful plants, and just being watered and watered daily. Yeah. Anything y'all want to leave with our friends?
Girl. I think the only thing that I would like to say is can I shameless plug?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do your thing, girl.
I was like, wait a minute. We would just like to say when Mourning Comes, season 2 is back and it's here. The new episode drops December the 29th at 8 p.m. on YouTube. And you can follow us on When Mourning Comes on Facebook, When Mourning Comes on Instagram. We hope to see you tune in.
Awesome. Friends, the evolution of Friend Fusion is here. It is here. Many of you know that I'm a former music educator, a church girl through and through. I have worked as a church music director almost all of my life. I've served in every capacity possible in terms of music. And listen, I feel so glad to be in my own studio, to be able to have in-studio performances. Y'all, my heart is so freaking happy. Before we went in the red and we started filming this, I was texting all my family and friends like, y'all, look, because I love music so much. It is my first start and it is my heart. Listen, and I just could not start this segment without having Mississippi's own. Y'all, T.A. Thomas is in the building and he is singing I'll Be There from the movie Unexpected Christmas. Y'all, stay tuned.
I know sometimes I'm absent, and that gets you to asking, do I ever think about you? It's true. And sometimes I get distracted, to make a way, but it's a habit. I gotta do what I gotta do to make my way back to you. I know this time of year you wanna cuddle up, maybe put the tree up, spend a little time. Don't doubt it, my dear, this Christmas you're mine. I'll be there before the snowflakes fall, before I miss your call. You gotta know that I'll be there to kiss you under mistletoe, to share these gifts unknown. You gotta know that I'll be home. So wait up, pour a drink up for you and me. It's me and you this Christmas Eve. Even though you don't believe that I'll be home, yeah. You wanna cuddle up, maybe put the tree up, spend a little time. Don't doubt it, my dear, this Christmas you're mine. I'll be there for the snowflakes fall, before I miss your call. You gotta know that I'll be there to kiss you under mistletoe, to share these gifts unknown. Yeah, gotta know that I'll be there. I'm on my way. You gotta know that I don't even waste your time worrying and stressing yourself, lost up in your head. Girl, I'll be there before the snowflakes fall, before I miss your call. You gotta know that I'll be there to kiss you under mistletoe, but share these gifts unknown. I'll be there. I'm on my way, yeah. You gotta know that even waste your time worrying, stressing yourself lost up in your head. Ooh.
Hey, Terrence.
What's up, man?
Oh my God. So I just call you Terrence. I'm saying
It's good.
this is T.A. Thomas, you know. So
Terrence to Mississippi.
but my little flex is I know you as Terrence.
Before the
Period.
TA.
Yeah. It's so exciting to have you on Friend
appreciate you
Fusion.
having me. The
Thank-
spaces. Yeah, I have no words.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So tell me,
Mhm.
you just got nominated for a whole Grammy.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Man, it's a blessing just coming from Mississippi, specifically the Delta.
Yeah.
You know, the history of the Delta as it relates to music.
Absolutely.
This moment wasn't only for me, it's for everybody that played a part and get me to this spot.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so happy for
I
you,
appreciate
Terrence.
you.
Yeah. So let's talk about the music because
Mhm.
the Grammy you've been nominated for is for songwriting,
Mhm.
and the song is on Chris Brown's record.
Chris Brown album 1111.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what was that process like for you? And are you like anxious for January to get here to find out if
Well,
you
it was for the year before, but
Okay.
I just had to throw it out there.
Oh,
But-
period.
But, you know, Trent, I used to be in a group called Next Town Down.
Uh-huh.
And during the pandemic, we kind of parted ways. But me and the boys, we stayed in contact with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And me and one of the boys, Vaughn, who's an amazing songwriter, Chris was looking for records. And one thing about Chris, he's a true collaborator.
Yeah,
Like,
I
he
love
love to
that.
collaborate. It don't care if you got a big name, small name. If the record is big, he wants the record. And so that's kind of how this record came about. We wrote it in the pandemic, and years later, you know, that's the reason why I feel like it's so important to intentional plant seeds because it may not be for this season. So that's kind of how this record came about.
So you wanted to preach too?
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
The tithe and offering type vibe.
Right. And so I just found out that I'll Be There
Uh-huh.
is the Christmas song on Unexpected Christmas.
Yeah.
That is so big.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
My first movie placement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I just know you're like processing it all.
Yeah.
Are you living in shock of the reality, or do you feel like did you just expect this?
I mean, I wouldn't say shocking, but I'm gonna only tell you why. I ain't trying to preach again, but like when God promised something, you gotta know it's gonna come to pass. So I
Yeah.
feel like this moment is really just like seeing God bring things to pass that He promised years ago. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like living in answer prayers.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
it's really surreal though. It's
Yeah.
surreal. Yep.
So for the person watching, especially those from Mississippi, who may feel like the dream has not yet become a reality, how do they hold on?
Man, listen, even doing R&B, I've always kept God the center,
Mhm.
you know, even from my transition from gospel. So I say, pray, be intentional. God been dealing with me with this passage of scripture. It says, so as a man thinketh, so is he.
Yeah.
And they say it's power in the tongue, but before you speak it, you have to think it. So
Mhm.
rest your thoughts and take in stuff that's in the vein of what you want to do. Consume the music, consume whatever that thing is you want to do. You got to rest in that daily. And then you stamp it with prayer.
Yeah.
And you stamp it with the affirmations and all that stuff. So that's my advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Terrence said, don't just work for it, friend. Don't just pray for it, but also work for it.
Got to work.
Catch Unexpected Christmas and Terrence's new single, I'll Be There, in theaters now. Well, friends, thank you for watching this episode of Friend Fusion. Whatever you do this week, grow through the grief. I'll see you back on the next episode of Friend Fusion.
Ooh.